Let's now take you back to the Western Cape, where the ANC's Western Cape Provincial Conference is currently underway. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana is covering the story for us and joins us now for an update. Athi, thank you so much for joining us once again. What's the latest coming out of that conference?
Well, I can tell you that there's mixed reaction from the delegates on the floor who are part of the ANC's 9th Western Cape Provincial Conference. The excitement and the tension is palpable, but I'm joined by a candidate here who is an uncontested one for the position of Treasurer in the Western Cape, that being Derek Apple. Thank you so much for your time. I just want to get your reaction, given the fact that you're the only candidate that is uncontested for that position.
Yeah, thank you very much. Look, I'm very humble for all the branches in the whole Western Cape that today they have decided that I will be uncontested, because it's the conference of branches. Branches decide who gets elected. The branches have spoken, and I'm just humble and excited to be uncontested at this point.
It's interesting that you're going to take up such a tough portfolio, given the history of the ANC in the Western Cape and finances. I mean, even this conference, we're told, is funded at a national level, and even the ANC's usual donors. How would you plan to tackle that issue?
Look, in fact, the branches here today have given me the confidence that they believe that I can obviously change the financial position of the ANC in the Western Cape. Look, there's a few things that needs to happen. Obviously, we need to move to where we appoint a financial manager who understands how to do fundraising and who will put in financial systems within my office. And then from there, we'll take it. I mean, we'll crisscross this province. To speak, as you know, I mean, this Western Cape, we have issues that the sheriff also come now and then to our office to attach due to all that. That will be also my responsibility to deal with that, all that, so that we can start clean. And I've made the promise here tonight that I will serve the ANC in the Western Cape and serve the communities of the Western Cape, and that's what I'm going to do.
The staff members in the Western Cape at some point were not paid their salaries. National had to come in to intervene. When you look at situations like that, how would you be able to tackle that, especially in that position as Treasurer?
Yeah, although they are all paid through HQ, but I think we'll work towards where we have our own kitty, that if things like that happen where HQ can't pay them, that we as the province will be able, obviously, to assist and pay them.
Quickly, before I let you go, did you campaign? How did you go about to get such an overwhelming support, given the fact that there's no one else who met the threshold for that position?
Look, I'm the current regional secretary of the ANC of Overberg for a second term. So yes, we have extensive campaign through the whole Western Cape, and door-to-door branches visits. But I think it's just the trust. Branches, I think they want something new. We're busy with renewing, rebuilding the organization, and they believe that I can bring that renewing factor within the office of the provincial treasurer.
Derek, thank you so much for your time. Derek Apple, the uncontested candidate for the position of Treasurer of the ANC in the Western Cape. Now let me take you back right to the top. At the top, we have Cameron Dugmore, who's the leader of the ANC in the provincial legislature. He met the threshold together with Lerumo Galago. This is after the branches took those names of the people that they had nominated from branch level to the provincial office as people that they want to take up that position to be the chairperson. You may remember that Kubutile Danki was also another name that was reportedly vying for that position. He did not make the threshold even after the floor nominations. And then, so Cameron Dugmore has accepted that nomination to be the chairperson of the ANC in the Western Cape. And then you had Lerumo Galago, who is now the former IPC convener. That IPC has been dissolved. So he has then declined the nomination to be the chairperson of the ANC in the Western Cape. And an interesting turn of events, we had a nomination from the floor, of chairperson, and that was JJ Chalisisu. He is a very familiar senior ANC politician, especially here in the Western Cape. That was the interesting development insofar as the names that have now come up, particularly from the floor. So it's now between Cameron Dugmore versus JJ Chalisisu to be the next chairperson of the ANC in the Western Cape.
All right, thank you, Athi Mtongana, for that update. We will be getting more from that conference as we continue with the news.